What's good, everybody? Here to talk to you today about Demon Slayer, an anime that's new to me on Netflix. Let's get to it. Demon Slayer is a very good little anime that I found that is currently available on Netflix as of March 2021. If you're watching the Demon Slayer series, you're going to be following young Tanjiro, a young man that you meet right at the beginning of a family tragedy where it leaves his only sister to survive, but she's left affected, and you meet him right there at the beginning of that journey. If you watch the show, you're going to be following Tanjiro as he grows from being a tender-hearted young boy, and he trains to become this fierce warrior, member of a Demon Slayer corps, and he goes out and becomes this really super impressive warrior. If we're being serious about the series, this thing starts off to be real slow to me. Like, it's not very impressive as it relates to the main character of Tanjiro. He starts out real like sensitive and soft and emotional and whiny and complaining at the very top of the series. But if you stick with it and you follow along with it, you will see that those characteristics that existed in Tanjiro in the beginning few episodes, I want to say maybe the first 4, you start to see the hardening of him, and the training starts to pay off, and he starts to advance, and you see other characteristics show in the young man, like dedication and hard work, and being earnest about his intentions, and all those things start to play a role in the character. They start to dominate over the whiny complainingness, and eventually those characteristics that I didn't care for in the beginning of the series, let's say the first 4 episodes, start to shine through as a part of the young man's humanity. I would definitely say that those first few episodes, while they are very difficult to get through, to me they did a lot to help add a base to the character, an emotional base that is something that's constantly referred to as you get to the middle and back halves of the season. What I mean by that is you tend to get a human story from Tanjiro. You get to see a human side, even though he's constantly battling these demons and he's encountering violence and bloody, dismembered bodies, and people are losing loved ones and he's having to interact with them, but he has a tenderness about them that he can connect with real people, as well as the trauma that the demons kind of inflict. I don't know, man. It's very impressive the way those characteristics were laid in the beginning of the show, and I didn't care for them, but then they came back around towards the middle and end, and it really made that character a whole character for me. I guess overall I would have to say it's a gentleness that exists in Tanjiro in the beginning that shines through and really is impressive as the series goes on. Second thing that I would have to say that's really impressive about this Netflix series is the fact that there's a whole lot of world building, a whole lot of mythos that goes along with this Demon Slayer core. And as you watch the show, you kind of learn about the mythos of this organization right along with Tanjiro. Like, he's not one of the ones who knows everything. And as a fan and as a viewer, I watched and didn't know anything as well. And then as he learned, I also learned, which was a good thing. You get to grow with the character in that regard. The main reason why I decided to do a video here is because I know also the season is 26 episodes. They're about 20 minutes long, real easy to get through. But I noticed that there was a trailer that dropped last week that shows off a movie for this same IP. So before I wanted to watch that trailer, which I'll be shooting a video for very soon, that my trailer reaction, I saved it. But my idea was, before I watch that trailer and spoil anything else on the back half of the season, let me finish off the season. And I tell you, getting through those last, let's say, 10 episodes was not difficult at all. One of the beautiful things about, last beautiful thing about the way the show is set up is that every episode leaves you wanting to start another episode for the most part on the back end. So it's real good once things pick up action wise and the characters kind of form. You get to see a show that's well paced, because each episode ends in a way where you're kind of intrigued about what's gonna happen next. Maybe not every single episode, but most episodes You get to a point where you're like, you know what? I kind of want to see how he gets out of this situation. You know what? I really want to see how he deals with this. Or even, you know what? I hope they give us more information about this particular side character who has become a main character in the last 2 or 3 episodes. That is what the show does very, very well to me. I'm done gushing about Demon Slayer. If you have time and you want to sit down and watch a decent anime, it is definitely not for kids. My daughters love the anime look of the characters, but the content here is way too much for kids to be viewing. So definitely be aware of who's around when you're screening this, because it's blood, it's dismemberment, it's violence, it's pretty gruesome stuff. But for an adult who's, you know, looking for something cool to watch and you into anime, this is definitely one that you want to take a look at. Demon Slayer on Netflix now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Come back and see your boy for more videos. Enjoy yourself and guard your heart. And look out for that trailer reaction. About to shoot in a little bit.